got a message on Messenger from her saying, "Hi, how you doing?" I hadn't really spoke to her for about 10 years. And I thought, there's something happening here. What's going down? She's not just going to message me after 10 years and go, "Hi, what's happening?" It then followed by, "I'm doing Land's End to John O'Groats." I thought, "On a bike?" She went, "No, I'm running it." So I thought, that's fucking crazy.
I actually only got the go-ahead from Guinness 5 days before we actually started, so I was pretty scared because I was like, shit, you know, I've told everyone I'm going for a Guinness World Record and Guinness haven't yet told me that I can go and do it. That first couple of weeks was, before the project was, yeah, it was just mental. Like, I was rushing around like a maniac. But when I finally got to the start line and put my hand on that pole, it was like a massive pressure was released because all I now had to do was run.
If you're going to take on a world record attempt, you've got to look at everything. You've got to say, right, what's the quickest way? And then you've got to look at the risk. You've got to trust the team that's on board. So when we're on the road, both me and Scouse, we get on there, we sit behind her, we listen, we hear the lorries, we talk to her. Carla, go left, go right a bit, there's a big lorry coming, because all she's focused on is going from Land's End to John O'Groats.
Or anything in your bike bag?
I think there's still some in that bag.
How was your calves? They all right?
Yeah, they're all right.
Trainers all right?
Mm-hmm.
Male getting through.
Male getting through.
Male getting through.
Post getting through.
Boots not too tight.
Do you want your flip-flops?
No, she's running trainers.
So you don't need this anymore?
How was the traffic when going out some of them dodgy roads, aren't they?
Most of the cars were good. Like,
Yeah.
only like 2 of them are twats.
Yeah.
One
Yours.
woman shouted abuse out of her caravan.
Did she?
I was like, I'm not your problem, it's the tractor up the road.
Yeah.
Run on the path!
Waking up on the second day, my legs were absolutely battered.
When I woke up this morning, yeah, definitely didn't forget what I was doing, but yeah, my legs were sore, so the quads could feel it. In the little van trying to move, but it's probably quite good to have stretched them off a little bit.
So I think yesterday was quite tough speaking to a local. He was on about, you know, people don't realise how hilly Cornwall is, and
Yeah.
you probably realised that yesterday.
Yeah, although today I was like, oh, it's less elevation by 4 metres.
Oh, is it? All right. So she's gone over.
So it's not real, we've got some big hills. Like, it doesn't really feel real yet. I don't know why. I don't know if it will be once we turn the corner tomorrow and start heading north, then it will be like, okay, now we're doing this. At the moment, it just doesn't really feel like I'm running to Scotland yet.
Every time I see her, I well up. I just can't believe what she's doing.
Yeah, no.
It just breaks me.
How's the calves? Just keep asking.
The
If you
calves are
need
tight.
to, mate, you might have to just do a little bit of massage.
Yeah, the calves are tight. I think the left one's better, but her quads are all right today.
Yeah, the
But
quads are
calves are
getting
tight.
better, mate. They're just moving around the body. She's compensating for one thing or another.
She did about a K walk to the start, and then she's not stopped running.
Yeah, I mean, she's always been super competitive. So we used to, you know, in all the schools we went to when we were younger, me and her were always, you know, in the athletics team, and you know, and she's always been super competitive. You know, she used to run 800 metres, and we used to go to the district sports and stuff. And she was always wanted to win, and always did win. You know, she was always up there. You know, it's nice to just share a good experience, just share the adventure with her. You know, and just be there to help her out.
So there's a pretty big climb today. I think it's the highest road climb in England. I don't see it as anything harder. The total elevation today is less than the first 2 days, so that's good. But I know coming down the other side of Shap, I'm going to just have to be careful because I don't want to smash my quads up and end up like I was on day 2 again and have to go through all of that again. But yeah, at least it's so pretty here. So the views going up yesterday, even though I wanted to die, I could still enjoy the views and see how beautiful the lakes were.
I'd already been out to Shap with Mark, and we'd done it in the minibus. It's a massive climb. You speak to anybody that's done Land's End to John O'Groats, and the climb they'll mention is Shap, because it's just brutal. It just goes on and on and on and on. And she set off in the morning, started walking for about the first 400 metres, and just got back in that gate, just started running, tick, 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 and just smashed it.
Oh, so you got the record?
Yeah.
That's awesome, congratulations. You're doing well, amazing.
How about you?
What's your name, pal?
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Lloyd Williams.
You're doing Land's End John O'Groats?
Land's End John O'Groats. So this is my, I'm starting my 3rd day.
How many days you trying to do it in?
I wanted to do it in 4, but yeah, I reckon more so 5. My knees starting to play up now. So I got from Land's End to just the other side of Bristol.
Yeah.
In what was it, the 13 hours or whatever, 14 hours, but that was over 4,000 metres of climbing, so I was absolutely wrecked. And then yesterday, from there up to just before Lancaster. So yeah, day 3 today. So
day 3. Wow. I thought it took piss. He nearly wiped him out now. We're up to like, come on then, and he fucking shit himself. He shit himself. He stopped. He went, what's up? I said, I'm going to race you.
We saw Shaz's support crew.
Whose?
Last year's.
Oh, right.
We got for the record last year.
Right. Okay.
He said she's the enemy.
Oh shit. Because I've got this on tape, it's live. It's gone live. Oh, look who it is! How are we doing?
You know who we are?
There's the world record holder right there. If you were going to give us some advice at this point, this period of time, what would it be?
Well, both times when I did it, 6 days was the crunch point where I actually started going to downhill, and that's what I said. She'll go okay for the first 6 days, and it's just battling on. You just mind over matter.
You all right? You feeling okay? Yeah. That's fucking great stuff. Hey?
I just didn't want to go down there too fast.
Sure, yeah.
Because I'd fuck my quads up, so yeah, just nice and slowly.
Yeah. It's good. You're doing
And
great.
again in 100 metres.
I've always heard it before from people that go and do expeditions and adventures that people are really generous and really kind, but I actually experienced it firsthand. There was little kids that had come out from school and nursery that they had no idea who I was, but they had made signs, they were banging tambourines for me.
To go one more time! Yay!
How adorable was that?
Oh, mate.
How cute!
Yeah, we got a picture of them. Carla
Did it bring a tear to your eyes, Carla?
I started crying. She cried!
One thing that was really cool was that I had loads of different runners joining me throughout the run, and I'd be running down the road and scouts would be like, who's that up ahead? And some random person would just jump out of a bush, literally jump out of a bush, to stand on the side of the road and be like, can I run with you? And I'd be like, yeah, cool. And we had such a host of different people, and I think what was really nice was because I was running so slowly, it didn't matter what level anyone was, like anyone could run with me. And I had, you know, people that were, a couple of guys who were 2:20 marathon runners running with me, a mum who had just done the couch to 5K, and then little Lewis, who was a 4-year-old, who was turned up in his dad's running vest, which was like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life, and just pretty much ran circles around me for about 5K, full of enthusiasm and just running around like an absolute maniac.
I can't remember. I lose track of days. Every day is just the same. You follow Carla, you go up and down the country. We've been in our own little bubble. We've not worried about anything external. I don't even know what's happening in the world. I don't care. It's just about Carla. But I remember a mum and dad turned up unexpected one lunchtime, and that was emotional for Carla. And I was chatting, and her mum was saying to me, you know, what are you going to do? And I said, well, Manor turns next, and I'm going to go on the bike. She said, what do you do? And I said, well, sit behind her and keep her safe. And then she said to me, you keep my daughter safe. And every time I was up, from that day, every time I'm on the bike, I keep Carla safe. And that's what we do, both me and Boonin.
It's hard work. Sporting people, especially sporting someone that you actually you care about and you want to get them to the other side, and I think that's what's really important about creating a team around you, is picking people that you trust, picking people that you know are gonna get you there and be willing to do anything and everything in order to get you there. Whether it means us stopping every 1 kilometre down the road, the whole way to John O'Groats.
So yeah, today it's just, I don't know, I'm fine. There was a bit just before lunch where you just don't want to talk anymore, like people are running with you and you just want to just jog along. And then, yeah, the last 20k of the day today hurt, and then when we were only 2k over what I thought I was going to be, but yeah, that 2k ends up being quite a lot, and then I kept getting told it was further and further, and that just kept breaking me. It's just painful, like today, every single step hurt.
Yeah, it's not a nice feeling for me, personally, to see her kind of struggling when the end is so close, and she's struggled and been so strong the whole time, every day, and now she's yeah, it's not nice.
Doing long distance running projects, your feet always swell, and I knew that was going to come. So I had one set of shoes, which just my normal running shoes, which I wore for the first couple of days, and they were completely fine. But then my feet swelled pretty quickly. Luckily, we had some extra wide shoes, which I ended up chucking on. But because my feet had swelled so quickly, my toes were bashing on the top of the shoe, which meant that I then got blisters underneath my toenails. The Dr. Andy said, oh, I had that when he had done P Company in the army, and that I should use this needle to drill down into my toe, and that did I want him to do it for me? I was like, God no. And then it started to hurt more and more, and he was like, I've got the needle. So I was like, okay, let me try. So I'm sitting there with this needle, like this really long, thin needle, which has almost got like a little drill bit at the end of it. And I had to turn it into my toe, almost like you're lighting a fire with a piece of wood. So drilled into the toe, and then all of a sudden, with everyone crowded around me watching, this fluid just came out of my toenail, and it was this like awesome release of pressure, and it just felt so good.
When I found out what Carla was doing, the first thought that came to my head was it was just unachievable. The magnitude of the challenge she had set herself was almost unbelievable, and I just thought no person could possibly run from Cornwall to Scotland in 11 days. This trip has really opened my eyes to what kind of person she really is in terms of her mind strength and pure grit and determination to do and to get her body through what she is physically doing is something I've never experienced. I can honestly say I don't think I'll ever experience it as again. With 3 marathons a day in their legs is something mind-blowing. I'm in total awe of her, and every time I see her I'm just emotional. Witnessing it is just mesmerising. It's incredible to see and incredible to experience. When I'm running alongside her, I'm there if she wants to chat. I'm also there just to keep her company physically, so she's got somebody that she can feel that's there keeping her company. And at times I've just been talking and she's just sort of gone but those are keeping her brain off the pain and off the absolute agony that she's experiencing.
Yeah, day 9 we started to wind our way through these country lanes. We met a lady in the lane who started cheering at me, randomly walking down the road with her shopping. And we were like, is this the right way? She's like, yeah, just carry on going, and the reservoirs are just at the top of the hill. I was like, oh, awesome. Carried on going, and then we found this cyclist at the bottom of the hill who, he was like, had a bit of a different take on it from the cheery lady further down the lane, and he was like, yeah, you're not going to be able to get up and over this hill. It's too technical. And I think that probably put a little bit of fire in my belly, because I was like, why can't I get up and over a hill? Like, yeah, I can. So we started to climb, and it was awesome because it was the first and probably only one of 2 or 3 times where we were off-road, there was no traffic, and there were no humans. So we started to climb at the steady climb on these dirt tracks. There's this like beautiful reservoir, the sun's starting to set, so like the light was amazing, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Finally, I guess, this is 90k in on the day. My legs are tired, but I could open up my legs and just run down this hill, and I just felt completely free.
Carla, can I just say that is the most, I ain't saying this right, that is the most inspiring thing I've ever seen in my life. I shit you not. Yeah? I was chin strapped across there.
Do you know how nice that was? I'm thinking that this is the most painful thing I've ever done, and I thought my legs were over most of the pain, and that I'd like gone over that little hill and that was as sore as they could be.
And then today, my stupid tendon in my shin decided it didn't want to play. So it feels like someone's playing archery with my tendon whilst sticking a red hot poker iron through the front of my shin. And it's probably the most painful thing I've ever had in my life.
Just had a call. Carla's having a few problems with a VMO, quads. Vera and I are just going to drive down. I'm going to try and tape it. This is the first time she's presented with VMO. It's as if it's tracking around her body. She's just here now. If you look, you see her. We'll catch her up. We'll go roadside now. We'll do some taping and just see if that helps. So we'll go past her and then we'll try and sort her out as quick as we can. All right. That's it. Yeah. Stay on like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, champ.
Thumbs up.
Stay safe.
How is it?
The tape's like holding it up, but
Yeah.
I still can't run.
Still can't run, innit? What happens if you try and run?
I just can't.
Just can't.
Yeah.
Just doesn't work. Is it pain or just the leg won't work and won't do what you want to do?
Like both. Yeah. I thought maybe if I just walk for a bit, maybe it'll get used to the support.
Yeah. Ease up.
The last 12 hours were the hardest on the whole trip. The last 12 hours, it was like, we knew we had the buffer, we knew we had time, but it was getting to a point where it was like, it's getting unsafe, I guess, because of the wind, because of the rain. Everyone was knackered, and when you've got people around you who are essentially meant to be there to protect you, and everyone is tired, it was hard.
I'm sure that her body stopped a couple of days ago. This is her mind and her heart getting her through this, because it's just phenomenal. I just can't believe it. And it's actually, you know, not only are you proud of her, but I just sit and I just think, I'm just sorry for her. I'm sorry for the pain that she's going through, but she just keeps on going.
It's 3:30 on Tuesday morning. It's hard to keep track. And Carla has now been up for 24 hours. She hasn't slept properly for 2 weeks. She has done 110 kilometres every single day almost. She is now 5 miles from home.
We thought that I would punch through and be able to run like I had done every other day, and I'm reduced to a walk. So yeah, I'm walking, the weather's rubbish, it's the middle of the night, it's pitch dark, it's, you know, you're completely broken, and, you know, all I wanted to do was just get to the end and just end the pain.
You know what I said to her earlier on? I said, why didn't you do eat the most eggs you can eat in a minute? That'd be a nice world record. We could relax and enjoy that. This one is the most horrendous thing I've ever seen. 12 days of hell, putting yourself through absolute hell. But she's going to do it.
So coming in, and when I finally got to touch that pole, it was just like this huge weight had just been lifted. Like I'd had this burden on me for the past 12 days. I was on a mission to break this world record. I'd been quite bold in what I had told people that I was going to go and do. And at that point I was like, oh my God, I've actually done it. And to have that weight lifted, it felt like I was weightless at that point. I could feel where I'd been. Yeah, I'd pretty much cried every day on the project at some point, but this crying was this release of, I guess, pain and emotion and steeliness that I'd put myself through for the past 12 days, which then, in that act of just touching the pole, literally a pole, doing that one action just alleviated all of that pain and the burden of what I'd been carrying throughout the project. And having, you know, my family there, my sister, my brother, my mum and dad there, you know, my dad giving me a little kiss on the head, you know, them telling me that they were proud of me, I'm gonna cry now, was, yeah, it's special. It's, you know, it's not often, you know, this is probably, you know, it's a life experience, and having your family there is, you know, it's emotional. And then, you know, my mum, as she does, decided to break the ice by going, well, at least it wasn't a waste of time me coming up to Scotland. Cheers, Mum. I think if I hadn't broken the record, she might have like just been like, get back in the car, we're going home. But no, it was cool to have them all there.
Like, I know that she couldn't have done it without us, and the team that we kind of created, for like, what, 6-7 people coming together who don't know each other, never done anything like this before, to do what we did, like behind the scenes, to get her there, was epic.
Have we got a message for Carla? What are we going to say for her? What do you want to say? What should we say to her?
Go, go, Carla!
Yeah! Yeah? She's Superwoman, isn't she?